Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Valeria and this is the Off-Road Range. I congratulate you on this magical holiday of Christmas. I know that Christmas is celebrated not by all population of the planet Earth, but for half of the globe it is the most important holiday of the year, and this day is known to everyone. That is why I wish that today every person on the planet Earth has an opportunity to feel safe, feel the calmness of this winter day. I wish that every person today spend this magical time with his family and friends, with people he trusts and who trust him, and feel the mood of the day. I wish that all of us realize and feel that we are not enemies of each other, neither today nor on any other day. And only unity with each other, only joint creativity and kindness can change the world and make it better. I wish you to find time for yourselves to summarize the past year, to remember what things you have achieved, what difficulties you have overcome, what new skills you have acquired, in what areas of life you have become better. It is very important in order to understand what you want to create and what will be your faith and support in the coming year. And I wish you to remember your dreams in 2025 and realize that they are real and depend only on you. And now I want to move on how 2024 went for me. After I published my achievements for 2023, some people told me that I made a huge leap and achieved a lot. I bought a land, bought a Jeep and built a house. But they didn't analyze and didn't fully understand the whole situation. I had huge debts for several years and I still have them. I work 15-18 hours a day, and a land, a Jeep and a house require many more years of investments. I bought a land on credit. My Jeep requires urgent repair and modernization, and I built not a house but only a box of a house of 30 square meters. And I emphasize almost in every video that there is still no water, no furniture, no household appliances and no laminate flooring. I have been sleeping in a sleeping bag on the basic floor for more than a year. I store clothes in plastic bags, do laundry by hand, wash dishes outside and take shower in a sound plastic shower. Therefore, high-profile major accomplishments are not yet an indicator of huge earnings, conventional success, and most importantly, comfortable, civilized conditions. In 2024, I didn't have any final major accomplishments, but I believe that I've made a lot of progress in the off-road range in creating conditions for further construction. But even though I spent a huge amount of money and invested all my time and energy into developing the off-road range, I'm still on the edge of surviving. It will take at least 2 months to get laminate flooring and stairs in my house, and it will take the whole year 2025 to build the well and the local treatment station, to organize water supply to my house and to recycle all organic waste I produce. So patience, stress and hard work are the basis of achieving results. But many people try to avoid them, preferring comfort zone, relaxation and deserved rest. So, in what ways I've been developing the off-road range all this year? The entire month of January was spent continuing to build the box of the house. And finally, in the end of January, I finished the construction. All February and March, I was engaged in connecting electricity to the house. Firstly, I was digging a trench of 5 cubic meters in frozen ground at minus 20 degrees Celsius for laying a cable. Secondly, I was constantly dealing with red tape, registering the house, commissioning, signing papers, confirming projects, and so on. Endless applications, queues, and fees. All this time I was heating through a generator, sleeping in winter suit in a sleeping bag. because it was plus 5 degrees Celsius in the house at night and plus 10 degrees Celsius during the day, because it was minus 25 degrees Celsius outside. Every day I cooked on the fire because I didn't have a stove and electricity. It was a difficult time. It was constantly cold. It was very difficult to take shower, do laundry, wash dishes, wash clothes. Work on the laptop was possible thanks to Aroma's battery with a solar panel. Thanks to them, I could work on the laptop and have light from the ring lamp in the evenings. Also in March I already started to work with the chainsaw and I learned how to chop logs with an axe. They already dried since the previous year. Also in March I ordered a ladder to the house. In April I finally received electricity, but ironically in April I no longer needed to heat the house. It was already warm enough. But of course electricity gave me the opportunity to use the stove, to use light whenever I want, and to charge my devices. However, I still like to cook over the fire while working on the ranch. The house electrical work in total cost me $4,000. Also in April I covered with paint the inside of the house. It cost me about $850. For the entire May I continued to get rid of overgrowth and poisonous thickets. In June I started the first major purchases on the off-road ranch. It should have been better done back in March, but I didn't have the opportunity. So I bought a sea shipping container and it became my storage. It cost me around $2,000. I bought the laminate flooring. It cost me $1,250. All this time it has stood in the container, since June, for more than half a year. Also I continued to thaw poisonous thickets and woods all the time in June. And this is also constant costs. Gasoline, oils, saw bars, chains and service, especially for breakdowns. In July I finally got the well cleaned. It took much more than several days, because not only did I have to go down there several times, but also I had to pump out water and silt every day to make the well work. Cleaning the well along with equipment and tools cost me around $950. Also in June I still continued to cut thickets as well. In August I am actively designing the local treatment station every day for many hours, and I still continue cutting down thickets. Also in August I find out that one of my hives was infested with bees, and it became a wonderful new experience and a wonderful learning about amazing life of these creatures that provide calm and peace of mind. Finally, in September I organize a plastic summer shower. I bring hoses to it from the well, I lay the sewer pipe, install an electric heater and provide light in the shower and outside the shower. In September I begin construction of the local treatment station. And the first step is the purchase of the second sea container. It becomes my workshop. It cost me around $2,000 as well. I also buy the first piece of rebar for the metal frame of the local treatment station. It cost me a little over $1,000. I also move in the container the lumber that left over the construction of the box of the house. I made it dry and now it is available material that will save me money in future. In September I organize lights inside the containers because daylight hours become shorter and ahead of me there are long autumn and winter evenings of working there. Spotlights, cables, switches and other equipment cost me $200. I'm finally finishing cutting overgrowth near the house to continue work on the local treatment station. Totally in 2024 I have cut down around 1,000 square meters. I am also taking the next huge step in the local treatment station project. I'm removing some of the fertile layer of the soil from the part of the land. It is done to make it easier to operate heavy equipment and to free some space for bulk materials. This work cost me $1,000. Also in September, I'm doing geological analysis with exploratory drilling. It cost me $700. Due to the results of the geological analysis, I make some major changes in the project so that I have a reliable and long-lasting operation of the local treatment station. In October, November and December, I continue to design the local treatment station. I buy the second piece of rebar. It cost me $1,500. I am constantly marking and cutting the rebar for the metal frame. I also buy a huge amount of tools that will come in handy during the construction of the off-road trench for many years. A screwdriver, a metal saw, a hammer drill, a welder, a vibratory tamping machine, a laser leveler, a humidifier, and a variety of some construction things like clamps for $3 and pallets for $60. Also in November, I spent a huge amount of sum of $800 for organization of electricity. For the well, for the local treatment station, for heating pipes, and for other construction works on the off-road trench. Also in these months, I periodically clean up my land from the garbage, because after removing the fertile soil of the land and after cutting down the overgrowth, people's attitude to nature has been exposed. Under the ground, it turned out to be huge piles of various garbage, plastic, metal, broken glass, clothes, slate, and so on. As well as in the previous year, I continued to clean my land and sort everything. Besides this, there is another good huge purchase in December, but you will learn about it in the next video. So do not forget to subscribe and to watch it. Throughout the year, I gradually increased my profits from trading, and thanks to it, I was able to buy all this equipment and tools. I plan to invest in trading further, learn it, and in future, I will release a separate playlist related to trading. And of course, one of the most important events in this year. I've been releasing videos with my work on YouTube almost every week for you, my viewers. Some watch them for entertainment, some for development. I hope that my videos bring you pleasure and satisfaction and you appreciate my work. I constantly put a lot of effort and time in this work, as well as resources of my laptop and phone, but my dream of 10,000 subscribers on this Christmas never came true, although I tried my best. However, my expenses are paid off every day thanks to you, my viewers. And I remember everyone who commented under my videos at least a few times, and I look forward to new comments under my new videos. You warm my soul and have a great influence on me to continue my creativity. So this year has been very busy, with September, October, November and December being the most complicated months. First of all, I took on a large and complicated project, and sometimes I didn't even have time to release videos every week. To continue, there is less sun in fall and winter. It is constantly cold, and the weather makes it difficult to realize and meet deadlines. And finally, after all, it is the end of the year, and it is much less energy, and the workload and fatigue are much more noticeable. My expenses in this year totaled over $75,000. I post my incomes and expenses every few months. For example, video number 80 has information from July to November, and in several weeks I plan to prepare the report for 2024. In addition, I will share with you my plan for 2025, and 1 year later we will see the results. But in 2024 I managed to accomplish a little. By the way, I didn't show you my schedule in community for a very long time, and I think that after New Year I will try to find some time and show you my schedule in community. Wish me strength, quality sleep, safe work, and like-minded people. I'm always excited to take on new idea or project, and creating something with honest, smart, hardworking people is a huge pleasure. And doing something together is much easier and more fun. I hope that this festive day will help me realize my dreams. I also wish you, my dear friends, to have dreams, to find kind, honest, enthusiastic people, to realize your dreams and to make this world a better place. I hope that on this bright holiday you will believe in magic, in your own strengths, and in the opportunity to make this world better. Merry Christmas, my friends. It was Valeria, the Off-Road Ranch. I wish you all the best and see you soon.